I used to have full on delete days. Like, that's what I literally called them at the time. And it makes me a little sad for that version of myself, but this week allowed me to see how much I've actually grown and the response that I've replaced delete days with. Um, and I think that that's really cool. And it's also revealed to me because anything that you go through or have a pattern of, you're obviously, or maybe not obviously, going to contact this pattern in different ways. It's going to show up with a little different flavor. And it can be hard to clock because it's like this pattern that is trying to keep existing in your life. So if it recognizes that you aren't submitting to it in this form, it's going to try to adapt to a different form, I think, is what happens. And to be able to clock that, recognize it as about the same thing that you've worked through in the past can be really liberating. And I feel like I've had a little bit of that this week. If I would have had this week, I'd say more so in 2024, like early 2024, before I started YouTube, it would have just been a huge delete week, delete day for me. So basically, when life felt just too hard, I don't even want to say hard because it wasn't. It was mostly that I felt like I needed this bigger purpose or meaning so deeply back in the day, and I just felt like I wasn't working towards it at all, and I didn't know where to start, and it really stressed me out. I just felt so like I don't know what to do, and so then I end the week not working on anything towards any dreams because I'm not even really clear on what my dreams are. And so it's just this overwhelming sense of not following a path and not even knowing like where the trailhead was or anything, like not even knowing where to go somewhere. And it was really frustrating, and it kept me in this freeze mode because those days would happen, and I literally would just like go lay in bed until I felt better because I didn't want to experience the disappointment that I had about that at all. Like I just wanted to feel good, and I only wanted to experience the good of life. Like that's it. And that's why I would call them delete days. Because it was just like, oh, I feel bad. I don't want to remember this at all. And it wasn't until that, like, I literally deleted the phrase delete days from my vocabulary and stopped wanting to run away from, like, the feelings of disappointment and stuff like that, and failure and just like confusion. Um, that I finally actually started doing things and taking action and pressing record and starting my YouTube channel at the end of 2024, and just more so accepting days that I didn't really feel like I was on my path. Whatever that meant. Like, that's probably a whole other video, but whenever I deleted delete days from my vocabulary and I was able to just fully be with the disappointment of a day, a singular day, not a big thing, not a lifelong sort of vision. Come here, Miss Kitty. You can jump. Uh, just a singular day, being okay with not being okay for a day. Yeah, I was able to move through those feelings a lot faster. And I wasn't accepting it to move through those feelings faster. That was just a byproduct of actually accepting it and recognizing like a lot of the stuff that you get upset about, there's either no fix that's in your control or there's a little thing that you can do to make it better. And so recognizing, oh, this is out of my control, or like just moving on because like what else am I gonna do? Or um, doing that one little thing that could like make it 10% better. um, you could only come to that conclusion by radical acceptance that you're disappointed in X, Y, and Z. And by ignoring it, it's just perpetuating the situation and keeping you in this freeze loop and mode. I recognized that this was still coming up with just disappointment in general, like not even um, not day to day as much, but just like as a whole, disappointment. Um, and I realized that there was this energy around disappointment, failure, stress of any kind. It could manifest as money stress, it could manifest as just like, yeah, something going wrong in your week, or not even something going wrong. I had a lot of good things happen this week and a lot of good new crazy stuff. Like I got a dog this week. And that's been a very big light of the week and fun, but it's a lot to change like your household dynamic with all your pets and like making sure your other pets are okay and that this new pet is being really welcomed. Like that can be intense the first few weeks, even though it's really really good and positive. Just energetically it can be a lot. So it's not even that it's all bad or all good. Just anything that shakes up that like normalcy that you feel can um, do this. But I recognized that the feeling of disappointment, I was still 100% avoiding and basically dissociating from. So I was noticing this really deep, like, aversion to disappointment at all with anything in my life. Like anything that I'm trying to do, YouTube, um, anything related to work, any disappointment, I just want to avoid. And I think that avoiding is also like it's just parallel with the delete days. It's really not wanting this feeling to exist, and instead of just accepting it and moving on, I would literally just be like, I'm not disappointed. It's fine. Like it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And your subconscious your body knows that you're still feeling this resistance. So genuinely radically accepting disappointment. It doesn't actually one last that long whenever you accept it. It can move on. That was kind of like copy paste lesson apply. It's a delete feeling. I can't delete any of my feelings. Like, I can try, but I would just be in this loop of really fearing disappointment forever. And how many things would that stop me from doing, like, what I want to do if I'm, like, really trying to avoid disappointment my whole life? Another aspect of it is kind of attaching yourself to what you're creating, what you're doing, what you're trying to do, attaching your self worth to anything that you create. Of course, if it messes up in any way, you have this feeling of attachment to it, and it's telling you you're not worth, not valuable, not X, Y, and Z. So I think step one would be genuinely detaching your personal worth from anything that you do, like truly, anything that you build, anything that you paint. And like I'm trying to think of it, my plants. Like I feel such detachment with gardening, but I think that's why people really enjoy that content. Like I just don't. I'm having so much fun because I don't really care about the result. I would love a good result, but having a bad garden year or no harvest is like, I'm still going to get plants next year. There's just no question that that's going to happen. So it just doesn't phase me. I might be a little disappointed, but I genuinely don't put that disappointment on me that much. Like, it's just like, oh, I wish I had more tomatoes, but it's not like that's the end of the world. And that needs to be how I feel about literally anything I try to do, create, or experience in this world. It's just an experience that you're trying to have, and it's okay if it didn't exactly pan out, and it doesn't move the meter of your worth and value literally at all. So detaching from it being valuable can make the disappointment feel just okay. Be like, oh, this feeling can exist and it doesn't have to mean anything about me. It can just exist, and it's so much easier to move on when it's just like, it was just a bad night. It was just like a bad video. It was like, okay, whatever, moving on. Like, what am I gonna do? Stew on it? Like, literally, that's what I've been doing, and that wasn't working or making me feel good or making me have a good experience about what I'm trying to do. And all I'm trying to do in this life is figure out how to have the best experience possible with what I feel passionately about. So if that's not working, like, can we alter it? And another thing, I think, whenever it comes to the tone of a delete day and how I sort of found them in the same vein and same line, was getting down to the disappointment, getting down to the bare bones of it, and literally just looking that version of myself like in the face and being like, you literally still exist here. I think with the delete days and just that pattern, it had been easy for me to experience something that I don't want and just genuinely like cut myself off from that experience and just like, okay, I'll come back to this conversation when I feel good. I'll only look at this when I feel good from this angle. And I'll try to alchemize it. I'll try to spin it. I'll try to, like, it's fine. I can only look at it if it's not disappointment. I can only twist it if it's not disappointment. Like, and that's not just looking at it in the face and like, I'm disappointed, moving on. I can either take the small action that makes it better, or I can recognize that it's out of my control right now, or that I just can't, even if it is my control, I don't have the capacity to fix it or whatever, and move on. Like, that's it. But really going all the way down there, being like, you still exist here. You're literally here, and that's okay. You'll be up there later. You'll be in the middle a lot. It's okay to be down here. Like, the people that don't love you at the bottom shouldn't get access to you at the top, you know? And if that's my deep core primal need of like love and acceptance through the people that I assume love and accept me no matter what, and I can go to the bottom and have those conversations with them, and they can still be like, it doesn't really matter. I still love you. Like, that is one, what's so life altering about really great friendships. Two, doing that for myself. Like, it's great to mirror that with people that actually love and accept you, but if you're in a space where you don't feel like you have that, like, doing that for yourself and just like, and honestly, the people that are my friends have always done that. Um, I still couldn't all the way feel it until I did it for myself. So no matter what situation you're in, doing it for yourself, that's the only person that's actually going to like heal your like feel that deep self-approval and self-love and self-acceptance, because that's truly the primal need. We do like need love and supportive friendships and people, but yeah, I would never have been able to actually anchor that in and feel that until I did it for myself and I was able to experience disappointment and not abandon myself because I didn't want to feel that experience. And there's got to be, this is still so fresh of a realization this week. This is what it's been. It's still so fresh that I don't really know after this acceptance what sort of positive like is there with this acceptance. Like even if the positive is just not feeling like crap and not feeling so shaken by my own disappointment, that's enough of a positive. But I'm sure there's something that like when something does go well, it's going to feel that much sweeter and deeper because I'm not really attached to it going well. I just get to feel the excitement of the forward momentum from a place of, even without this, I'm still loved and accepted. I'm not attached to this doing well because I know that whenever it doesn't do well, I still feel the same about myself. I just get this boost. And then the disappointment, I can just learn something from it and move on, or not. You don't have to learn something from these negative emotions like all the time, but just to know that like it's basically whenever something does do well, you feel this, or I was feeling this relief. Because thank God it didn't do poorly and I feel disappointment. I couldn't have handled that today. Like that's kind of the feeling that I was getting for a while when things were good. This just relief of the avoidance of something dropping the ball. And to give myself that relief here or here, disappointment or good, like it doesn't matter. It kind of neutralizes everything. But in the same breath, like you just feel it. You feel the disappointment. You feel the good. And it's just this little blip, and your center, and you're good, like overall. And I think that is going to be such a foundational layer to everything that I truly want to do. It already makes me excited to just try things, other things that I'm not like 100% on or like know how to do. And yeah, basically detachment from what you're putting out and going all the way to the bottom of your disappointment and just, hey, I still exist here. I'm still powerful. I'm still worthy. I'm still full of all the love that I need. I'm still full of everything. This is just an experience that I am having, and it doesn't mean anything about me. It's just a story, and I can keep telling myself that story over and over and catastrophizing it, or I can just recognize it as what it is and move on to the next story. The next story might be up. The next story might be kind of boring and in the middle. The next story could be another round of disappointment. It's okay. Um, yeah, it feels like this deeper inner knowing that I've been working through for years. And it's just come on its head again in a different form today or this week. And I was kind of navigating it, and that feels good. Feels good. So I know this is a little different. I meant to do a flower video this week, but honestly, I haven't planted the seeds yet. I hope to get to that today. If not, this weekend we'll be really busy with planting seeds. But I'm also just like ready to be outside and doing outside projects. So we'll see. I'll still be updating on the flower thing. I was just like, yeah, this week's kind of crazy. I can't. But yeah, I almost thought I wouldn't even get this video out today, but I don't know. This is like the potent shit that maybe it's not so glamorous and maybe it's a little boring, but it's what's it's the foundation of how I want to actually feel while I'm trying out these new experiences in my life. And I just think that's going to be really important going forward. And if it was valuable to me, it might be valuable to somebody else. So, all that to say, I hope you have had a good week, a good March. It's crazy that it's the end of March already. And yeah, if you are curious on other things that I'm sort of building and planning to do over the next few months, you can watch my plan with me, which came out last week. I plan basically April, May, and basically April and May. June, it's too far out, but yeah, you can watch that. And otherwise, I will see you all next week and in the next video. So have a good one, guys. Bye.